What a time it is in this country to face the music. But perhaps first, we have to put a face to the music. Ebony-hued, big lips and wide nose. A family tree with a godfather of soul saying it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Whether Stax or Motown, the fact is profound. Black music is this nation's greatest cultural export. It is a source of refuge and rebellion, of protest and peace, of Billie Holiday singing of strange fruit, swinging in the southern breeze. Emmett Till found face down, floating in a Spotify stream. No man knoweth the day, the night, or the hour. But when Chuck D told us to fight the power, when Gil Scott got us to think in depth, when Marian Anderson had to sing on those Lincoln steps, when Marvin asked, what's happening, brother? Which way is America? Living color, NWA or Darius Rucker, it is no wonder the black voice is an authentic American voice, prophetic and prudent. And if the music matters, then perhaps so should the black lives that produced it. Notorious Nash, she's my curious half, but she drives me delirious as Eddie in red leather, a definite trendsetter. I'm here to pay my fair share, Lily Ledbetter. The way I'm not kidding, you think I'm an empty nester. Amsterdam, surrounded by Vespas, the relaxation there was electric. Tesla, the soul is what you know, the body is just extra. A fine line between the dreams and harsh realities, throwing it all away in a haze of technicalities. If two becomes one, one becomes the casualty. To lose yourself in love, she says, is a tragedy. But what are we to do? Hold on to our old selves, embrace something new. Retain who we are, it's familiar but it's flawed. So close to heaven but so far from God.
What you're asking me. Should I choose if you don't have to?
I've loved you in the softest of ways, the hardest of hearts charted the waves. It's a nautical grave where I would willingly die. I'd be ill to advise. Even with the one sun, you can still be deprived. The light shooting your eyes, there's reticence in your retinas. Dot, 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 etc. and etc. She says she wants real love, not replicas, or she's willing to start from scratch. Eczema. Life is hard on its own, so far from home. We search for breadcrumbs in art, songs, and poem. We seek partners for journeys down the road that will lighten the load. Despite what we've been told, to exist is to survive unfair choices. To live is to thrive amidst the noises. Siren songs signal the trouble in the worst way. What's a thigh gap when you are dating a mermaid? Asking all the wrong questions in the first place.
What you're asking me to do, yeah. Why should I choose if you don't have to? Does that make me yours? The love we may do, we know what that's for. I don't, but I know love is for now. You're out for now, yeah. I know they love me, but that make me yours. The love we may do, we know what that's for. I don't, but I know love is not mine. You're out for now. It's cool what you're asking me.
So I used to live in Midtown Atlanta, and I lived on corner like Ponce and Juniper, and like 2 blocks away from it was like the Metro Atlanta homeless shelter, and so it was a lot of you know houseless individuals, indigent folks in that area, and me pushing a very sexy Honda Civic would be trying to get to where I wanted to go, and I'd be upset because I'd be like, how are you just walking in the middle of the street? I'm trying to get to where I got to go, right? Very Americanized, privileged view of things. And I think what came of that, too, though, was me realizing that, like, those individuals, they have a different relationship with the street than I do, right? Like, it's an avenue, it's a means for me to get to a place. But for those people, like, that is, at that time, it's home. And it made me really ponder and think about this idea of what home means, what does a residence mean, what does a house mean, and how there are a lot of people who go back to their place of residence and they don't feel like home all the time. There's not a lot of love there, there's not a lot of community there. So it might not even be a place sometimes. It might be some people that you are around. It might be something that you're carrying with you in some ways, right? And so it forced me to think about this idea of home. And I think even more so in this last year, when a lot of us have had to be sheltering at home. I mean, no one in Atlanta did this because we apparently didn't think the virus was real. But regardless, the idea, though, was, to shelter at home. I think we did it for like a week and a half. But regardless, a lot of people, they couldn't wrestle. They had to wrestle with that, like staying in that place. And I think that it's really important for us to examine where it is that we find community, where it is that we find belonging. And so this piece deals with this idea of houseless. And I say houseless individuals because just because you do not have a place of residence or a covering over your place does not mean that you are without a home. So that is my family ties moral session, sha-na-na-na, all of that. And I think we're going to try to figure out this next song. Cool? Cool. Yeah. Curb Appeal. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. For all the nameless and faceless, the forgotten. Be as it may, home of the castaway, the city whispers, we fast and pray. A sinner's Saturday, the saints of the latter day. From the fabulous Fox, we're like a block away. Cortland and Pine, where misfortunes align. The great disparity between your portion and mine. Such a morbid decline, but of course with the time that passes, it has to start warping our mind. This familiar ugly, the foreign beauty. Amidst these red line neighborhoods, you'll find a ruby. There is hidden gems in plain sight. In this vicious world, Rufus Wainwright, limboing the poverty line. Your life can become a crime. Panhandle for dollar signs. Feeding me can get you fined. Medicate with free base, dank in some kind of wine. Missing rungs on that ladder to success that they want us to climb. Hey, hey, yeah. Scripture says, foxes have holes, birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. Foxes have holes, birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. I'm like, foxes have holes, birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. Foxes have holes, birds have nests. The Son of Man. We all say, I don't do handouts, I do not carry cash. I'll get you next time. This is all I have. All those declines to help, they ring hella hollow. A hungry belly with only pride to swallow. Pebbles on the street leave impressions on my cheek. Today's newspaper serve as tonight's bed sheet. I'm trying to make ends meet, locked in a dead heat. A survival, but yet I'm racing with these lead feet. But it is just as well. The streets of Pratt and Bell, prior to heaven, but after hell, poverty's paradise, the vagrant Valhalla, somewhere between the Inshallah and the Our Father. The park is my kitchen, my living room's a bridge, my bed is a bench, and the trash can is my fridge. Midtown, 4th Ward, Southwest, too strong. The scabs of the city been picked at for too long. Foxes have holes, birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. Foxes have holes and birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. Foxes have holes and birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. Foxes have holes and birds have nests. The Son of Man. The poverty-stricken, the inadequate, the indigent, the hapless, the penniless, the destitute. The only difference is these guys rock a tie and suit. Corporate camouflage, the 3-car garage, the McMansion expansion, the opulent mirage, the 5 bedrooms, the curb appeal, the class struggle. The economy will commonly burst your housing bubble. The suburban sprawl, the gaudy high-rises, lock in that mortgage rate for they increase the prices. Empty developments and vacant subdivisions. CeeLo told you that that gate could become a prison. Listen, nothing's wrong if you and yours want a lawn, but a castle becomes a hassle if that's where your heart is drawn. A house ain't a home, let the bank foreclose on you. It's so true, a roof can actually expose you. Foxes have holes, birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. Foxes have holes and birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. I'm like, foxes have holes and birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. I'm like, foxes have holes and birds have nests. The Son of Man has no place where he can rest. Well, we can rest. We wanna rest. Rest. Take it away, Chicago. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, This song is called Pockets, and honestly, it came out of an interesting place. It made me think about, I was reading about how in the assassination of Dr. King, April 4th, 1968, Lorraine Motel said that in the pocket of his suit coat, he had a sermon he was preparing to deliver, which was why America will be damned. Or why America is going to hell, actually. And that kind of fascinated me, this idea of what we carry with us, what we are carrying with us when we're about to die. It was also said that Basquiat, when he was found overdosed, that he also, in his pocket, had tickets to see Run DMC. So that connection to hip-hop always stuck out to me. But more than that, it just speaks to this idea of what are our plans? What is it, the things that we carry with us? What are the things that we are letting go of? It also makes me think of like the musical term of being in the pocket, right? Being in a groove. Finding that place in life that you're existing in where you're in flow with what is coming, with what is going, and with where you're planning on going. Also means when someone is acting wild, when they get out of that flow, we say that they're acting out of pocket. And so I decided to call in some reinforcements. My good homie Josias, we sat down with DJ Ope Diggy and crafted up a tune called Pocket. We've never done this before. I'm not even sure if the song is actually finished, but whatever it is, we wanted to present it to you with this incredible band, Pockets. Yeah.
What you reaching for? Why you need to reach? Yeah. Could you please get the hell up off of me? Yeah. Keep your eyes on your own paper. You be way out of pocket, call them bad drummer. I'm just trying to keep my peace. This smoke don't need no heater. Why you always in your pulpit? Keep on trying to preach. I'm just trying to keep my peace. This smoke don't need no heater. Always hanging with the dogs. You got all the fleas.
You can feel the tempo shift, you can feel the highs and lows. Even if the plot thickens, listen, it got giant holes. Ride the road with its bumps, I suppose we'll take the lumps. Just because the teeth are gold doesn't mean that it's a front. Given what we know now, ATL to SoCal, Texas screwed if that's the mood, we can even slow it down. Jamming verse and chorus hit so hard you can't ignore us. Got an invoice from the ancestors saying to pay it forward. Best believe my steps is ordered, so whenever I feel cornered, I'm a performer. The cymbals get to crashing like Brandy Norwood. Somewhere between a quarter water, cognac and an angry orchard. You want heat? I bring a scorcher. Look, I heard you want it warmer. In the pocket like gold diggers or Malcolm X killers. Quarterbacks like Phil Rivers or politicians, big business. Listen, all things work together. Sunny or stormy weather, no go along. To get along, we bopping like whatever. Hey.
What you reaching for? Why you need to reach? Yeah. Could you please get the hell up off of me?
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on your own paper. You be way out of pocket, call them bad drummer. I'm just trying to keep my peace. This smoke don't need no heater. Why you always in your pulpit? Keep on trying to preach. I'm just trying to keep my peace. This smoke don't need no heater. Always hanging with the dogs. You got all the fleas.
You can feel the drum and bass, you can feel that kick and snare. Ask yourself if you like how me and mine is living there. We make sure we getting where, any place we got to go. The pitch and tone is optimal, the groove we use methodical, the flow so nautical. We maritime the paradigm, songs for the ride home. Going on the Black Star Line, you must be out half your mind, thinking I'ma stop a slouch. My Gullah folks know it's dope, the Geechees be like, here I'm out. Irish lift, they dinner stouts, I've been about them raw raps, making sure each song snaps and bell hooks, no cap. Wing and a prayer, lemon pepper wet, all flat. When breath becomes air, there's a life still beyond that. And all black, dressed in the skin God made me in. Damn if I apologize for this radiance, just take it in. Maybe then you'll realize you and yours is just as fly. When life gets tough, you can knuckle up and scream back. So am I.
What you reaching for? Why you need to reach? Yeah. Could you please get the hell up off of me? Yeah. Keep your eyes on your own paper. You be way out of pocket, call them bad drummer. I'm just trying to keep my peace. This smoke don't need no heater. Why you always in your pulpit? Keep on trying to preach. I'm just trying to keep my peace. This smoke don't need no heater. Always hanging with the dogs. You got all the fleas.
leave people with this piece that I always do as kind of just a goodbye. Doesn't even have to be captured for anything, but it's just to say we only get one chance at this. It's about a million ways that it could all go wrong. It seems random, but I promise that this plan exists. It's just hard to recognize it till it's almost gone. And then it's gone and you're never getting any more. And all that's left to guess is what you'll be remembered for. And bet that you can rest assured we put our best foot forward from the second that they press record. And I never said that I don't cope with demons, because if you've never questioned your beliefs, you don't believe them. If this isn't how it's supposed to go, I know the feeling, but a wisely chosen spoken word could be potent healing. I hit the stage and I behave in accordance because a labor of love won't always pay for a mortgage. Everybody wants to make a name and a fortune, but what a shame that fame ain't the same as importance. And this is not encouragement, because the only thing certain is work in the dirt and grit. You need to learn this. It may never get better, but it'll hurt worse to quit. You see, if everybody wins, then everybody loses, and no one leaves this field without getting bloody bruises. You play through the storm if the uniform fits. There is a time to call it quits, but this is not it. This is not a fair fight, but the odds can be even, and there will always be a reason as long as you keep breathing. It never hurts worse than the very first hit. There is a time to call it quits, but this is not it. Thank you guys so much for coming out. My name is Adon Bean.